Hello, welcome back to Access. I'm Nathan. I'm here with Maciej from Dying Light developer Techland. The following is your expansion, which is coming out sometime early next year.
Yes, February 9th.
Oh, it's got an announcement now?
Oh, yes. We just announced it a couple of hours ago.
And I'm very excited because hopefully we're coming over to play it early next year. And I was telling you earlier on today, in preparation, I've been hitting the original Dying Light and I've been trying to get my Platinum trophy. So now I am re-familiar with the game and I've got actual questions to ask you.
All right.
So when we saw it at Gamescom, you were telling us that guns, gunplay is now a big factor. And I'm used to scraping for bullets in bins. Does this mean that guns are there's going to be less scarcity attached to the guns? And have you changed the mechanics of the actual kind of aiming and firing?
There's actually going to be more guns in the following because this is something that the fans asked for. So it was on top of the list. It was we want more shooting,
of course,
and we want more guns.
Yeah.
So we're very happy to oblige. One of the new weapons that we've shown is the SMG.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty badass, and also for people, they're still loud.
Right.
So there's still the trade-off.
Danger, right? Yeah.
But there's also something that we're introducing, which is the Crossbow.
Right.
Which is deadly. It has big range and it's silent.
Okay, very nice. And because as I said, I'm still breaking into the back of police vans to get all my bullets. Are they going to be easier to come by in the following?
Yeah. Since we bring more firefights and more guns, it's going to be a little bit easier to get guns. It's still not like they're all
everywhere
over the place,
they're
but
growing on trees.
You still have to relate to scavenging. But yeah.
And whereabouts so now I've completed the story because I was very near the end and now I finished. So where does the following kind of fit in? Are we even still in Haran? Because those maps aren't built for buggies.
Yeah, so basically we leave the quarantine, we go outside for the very first time, and it's a branching storyline, so it's a completely new story where Kyle Crane gets a track of people who are supposed to be immune to the virus.
Okay.
And not knowing if it's true or not, it's a very interesting thread to chase and see what's going on out there.
And for me, are we going to get kind of a bigger sense of the outside world? And because in Haran, that the virus has come and it's messed up this one individual place, but you're not sure about how things are outside.
Everything was kind of claustrophobic.
Yeah, are we going to get obviously things are going to be more open because the environments are bigger, but story-wise, do we get a sense of how this kind of infection has affected the outside world?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
So, you're going to dig into, how did it happen, where is it all going? I don't want to spoil too many things.
No,
but,
okay.
And the people that are there who know things, they're not very eager to share their secrets with a stranger. So you'll have to work your way towards getting their trust to actually, get them talking to you.
And does that suggest to me the same kind of, because I finished the main stories and then, I spent another maybe week clearing up the side quests because there was a lot of side quests and a lot of color of the world, in those characters. Is that similar to, is there going to be all that kind of stuff in the following?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a ton of stuff. If you only want to complete the story, it's 10 plus hours, but there's a lot of stuff. We know that people love the side quests, so they're there. There are new challenges, new areas to visit, new activities, a lot of stuff.
And in terms of the way that, so there's vehicles for the first time. So obviously we're expecting, bigger maps and a kind of different design of maps. But for me, the thing I really loved about Dying Light was the movement and the exploration. How do you, translate that to now? Can you do that stuff, but basically in a car? What's going on?
So I would say the car is an addition rather than substitute. So there's still a lot of areas that require you to use parkour. Parkour is a pillar of our game, so it's not going anywhere. It's there.
Wicked.
But the thing is, the countryside that the action takes place in is pretty vast. So just going from point A to point B, it will take you a lot of time, and it's very dangerous. So you would probably die if you would just go on foot.
Right.
So that's why you need the buggy. It's not just for the traversal. It's a tool to survive.
Yeah.
And a pretty cool weapon, with all the modifications that you can put on it.
Yes.
It's a weapon and it's a tool to survive.
And that's what I wanted to ask you about. Obviously, anyone who's played Dying Light is going to have modified their own weapons, and you get up the skill tree, then every time you make the weapon, it gets stronger. How modifiable are can I put guns on my car? How modifiable are they? And how deadly can I make it?
All right, so you can make. All right, so first thing is just visuals. So you can have different paint jobs, you can have different liveries, stuff like that. The cool part starts when you start upgrading it. So you can, have better handling, go with faster, better acceleration, stuff like that.
Sweet.
And then you have a separate driver skill tree.
Okay.
You have to get driver points, which you get for, driving your vehicle, killing zombies with it, destroying environment, jumping off ramps, stuff like that.
And does that sit along the other skill trees that were in the original game? Is it kind of same layout?
There's another skill tree right next to them. And there you unlock special upgrades for your car, like a battering ram, or an electric cage, or a flamethrower.
Right, okay, now we're talking. That sounds amazing.
Like that. And on top of that, we love co-op, so, you can, two people can get into one buggy, so one of them is driving, the other guy is shotgun.
Okay, that's what, yeah. That sounds amazing. And, I mean, since I went back to Dying Light, and I remembered our conversations there, whether you had with Holly at Gamescom. I've just been thinking about going to an area like the bridge, that's just packed with zombies, and just driving through it. That's like keeping me awake at night.
All right, so now we have fields of zombies, literally.
That sounds amazing. That sounds really good. Is there anything I haven't asked about that you'd like to mention? You don't want to go too deep into the story, but is there anything else that you guys have kind of added to this or brought to this?
Well, actually, what we do is we also are releasing an enhanced edition for Dying Light.
Okay.
So, and it's not just the collection of all the all the DLCs that we have in our game. It's also the reason we call it enhanced edition is that there's a lot of stuff that we add. So first, we fixed a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. We improved our AI.
Right.
We improved our graphics. We introduced new player animations. So as you evolve through stuff, there's going to be new animations played. The AI has new behaviors. There's all the content updates. Of course, the following expansion is part of the enhanced edition.
Yeah.
But here's where the cool part comes. We know that people play Dying Light for hundreds of hours, which is really surprising even for us.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. So we want to have some kind of an end game content, like stuff that, to keep people playing. So here's what we do. When you max out your character, you're going to get access to so-called legendary levels.
Okay.
There are 250 of them.
Okay.
When you level up, you get new ways of developing a new character. You can be even more badass. There are about 100 new looks for the weapons. So about 100 new weapons there. There are new player outfits. There are player emblems that you can show off with other people.
Okay.
On top of that, we're adding bounties. There's more. So bounties are something that, we know people play a lot. They do different stuff. So we're introducing 3 types of bounties. The basic ones are just simple things that you can finish, like whatever you do, just in the meantime. Like, I don't know, cut off 20 arms or 20 legs, stuff like that. Just be precise and you'll do it. Then we have dailies. Every day, from the moment we launch, every single day, there's going to be a challenge that's going to push you how you think and how you play the game. So, for example, the game might ask you, climb the highest bridge in the game, then jump from it and, without dying. Without using certain supports. Or it's going to ask you, drown a volatile, the creature from the night.
Yeah.
So we hope that people are going to be like, how the hell do I even do that? We're looking forward to community, trying to get together, solving those puzzles. And then we're going to have community events. We're going to last for like a week or 2, and there's going to be like a single goal for the whole community that they can work towards. And if they complete it, and that's the last thing we're adding. On top of that, we're also having a new difficulty level.
Right.
It's because, people are badass now. They have cool weapons, they have skills. So we're prepared a new challenge. And it's not only about creatures just getting stronger and hitting you harder. We're actually changing the rules of the game.
Okay.
So here it is. Among other little changes, 2 are really important. So one is now every action that you do going to cost your stamina. Okay. So it used to be like, you run into a group of zombies, you ram one guy, you kick the other one, you cut in half the second one, you vault from him, you land on the car, you stomp him, and then you just keep that mayhem going.
Sure, yeah.
On that difficulty, you ram the first guy, you jump on the car, you stomp the second guy, and you're done. You're out. You're out. So it's going to change the way how you approach each...
Be super efficient when you're in the way that you murder
you have to think, am I going to be able even to handle that? So that's number 1. And here's number 2. When you play in the Nightmare difficulty, that's the most efficient way to get your legendary points up.
Okay.
But there's a catch.
Of course.
If you die, you lose your points.
Well, all of your points?
Yeah. I mean, okay, if you got to like level 10,
yeah, okay,
it's going to stay there.
Yeah.
But if you were like 99% to level 11 and you
that's
die,
mean.
that's out.
Okay.
That's out. It's a very high risk, high reward situation. So I would say bring your friends. Because it's not only, you know, your friends can help you. When you're down, they can still revive you.
Yeah, of course.
And in that environment, when you're losing your point, it's priceless.
Yeah, you want to be revived.
And then on top of that, we want to encourage players to play co-op, so each player adds 10% bonus to your experience points. So if you want to level up faster, bring your friends.
Oh man,
whoa, that's a lot of things.
That is a lot of things. And you know, like I was thinking about the my perfectionist urge. You know, I want to 100% this game, and you've basically made it so I'm never going to be able to. So thank you, but also not thank you. That's amazing.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully in the new year we're going to be playing the following with you guys. Thank you so much for talking to us. You guys stay tuned to the channel. We've got loads more coming up.